Yeah, Point Black is in the motherfucking house. Coming straight from the barrio with the motherfucking pro. Coming from the street with the mother. This is Point Black. You know what I'm saying? Coming with the backs to crack backs and the boom bip to the lion ass lips. This is a late and great edition. And the ghetto edition as well. Because this is what we must do. You dig? And let no one stop us in our flow. Because many people think that life seems to be a joke. There is no joke in the life that we live. And what people and men have done, well, kind of men, you know what I'm saying, have done, the only thing they have done to me is make matters worse. Many have facilitated, many have been involved, I use that word, it's more better, you know what I'm saying, in the enslavement of African people all over the world. And it has been, in its ways, you know what I'm saying, accepted and also facilitated, you know what I'm saying, even by our own people, you know what I'm saying, to be involved in the what do you call it, the destruction of Africa itself, just about, and the infiltration of the minds of the children away from their own culture, their own way of life. Rah. You know what I'm saying? To choose to follow these beasts. And this is how this has been facilitated in itself all over the entire planet. Using some form of religious witchcraft, and to me, you know what I'm saying, Luciferianism, which you still see in it today. You know what I'm saying? Where many people call themselves Christians and all types of different names. I don't give a damn where you got it from. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care how you picked it up. If you cannot prove it, you know what I'm saying, then how it is that you follow it. Nay, one person that go to church that reads a book cannot prove anything in that book. Not even the archaeologists who do studies. Not even the them that find things and have buried over there in 51. I don't care what you find. All it tells me that you're either in cahoots with a destructive group in itself, whether it come from here or across the galaxy. Or across the galaxy and settle here. If you are en route with them and the only course that you have is to destroy the original man on planet Earth, the black man, then something is deadly wrong. And that means that every other race now is in jeopardy. But you cannot see it right this minute because you are still riding that stupid train. Talking about superiority, and I'm superior, and you're thinking and have this thought in your mind that your white skin mean more than everybody else's. No, it don't. You're in the same boat with the rest of us. You just don't know it and can't see it yet. Now, how we know this is when you look at what took place in 2020 and before and many years back. You know what I'm saying? We see the same thing. The only difference is it's a different individual that might be doing it up in there that's a part of the same group. You know what I'm saying? And we see it going around and around and around, the same routine, around and around. How the hell don't you know by now is the question. Now, when we look at even today, and we look at many of the young black men that are out there calling themselves this and calling themselves that and doing this and doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know, you are only feeding the beast. There is no other way to put it. You're feeding the beast. And all those who are teaching it to our children and other children in the same hood, in the same area, does not show much as in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I didn't say you didn't have to be this thing, but you figure to yourself, this is the only way you're going to eat. So you're given that opportunity, and now you have taken it to more than opportunity. You have taken it to chaotic sea. Where is your strength and your power? Is it only in a gun? That's the question we must ask. Because that's the power in which they have brought upon our people, you know what I'm saying, many years ago, and enslaved many of our people at the barrel of a gun. Now we see the same thing happening to the young black men today on other black men with the barrel of a gun. So who have infiltrated your mind that you now, not only, even during the cocaine era, that's not, the crackhead wasn't the biggest problem. That's just addiction to the schematical plans that they put forward. You know what I'm saying? The FBI, CIA, or whoever else was involved. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Reagan, it doesn't matter who. You see what I'm saying? Because that was not the aim. The aim was the young black men thinking that that would get them the mighty life in which they want to live. Maybe many have and succeed, but how many have failed and end up behind bars? You know what I'm saying? To where now behind bars becomes a lifestyle. Some of them might even get life. Who is going to take that off of you? You know what I'm saying? The only thing they could offer you in there is probably protection. But is they going to be able to get, you know what I'm saying, 30 years to life off your back and get you out, you know, using your codes? You know, let's be honest. So we have to start looking at a better approach. We can still be the hardcore as we want to be. We could still hold as we want to hold. You know what I'm saying? We still could pack as we want to pack. You know what I'm saying? But we've got to move forward now. We cannot stay in the same game. Murdering, killing, robbing, and destroying neighborhoods and areas. How long that game is going to be played? You know what I'm saying? We have to look at this from a great perspective. Who else is going to do it for us if we don't do it for ourselves? As we see even in Africa itself, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? To where they put a factory over there to make the 19. Right in South Africa. Oh yeah. And they let them put it there too. Oh yeah. You see? Because many in Africa now saying that might be in some form of leadership or even in the medical field is an asshole and they're selling them out. Anytime they would allow to put that there in South Africa, the leadership is garbage and you still got the beast on your back. You got to liberate Africa, period. How long we gonna speak about this? You know what I'm saying? One man tries to do something and ends up where? Dead. Or pass away. I call it on to another life. But return to this one. How long shall you kill your people and your prophets? You know what I'm saying? How long shall you allow them to do this? We've seen this facilitation to where we even hearing about slavery still going on today in Africa. How can it be? We see an occupation in the greatness of Egypt land. It's an occupation talking about Israel. It's an occupation. So we have to start looking at these things. And not only an occupation, you know what I'm saying, but an apartheid groupation. And the United States seems to act as if it condemns its actions, but in other words, support and even send money, millions of dollars to them every year of your taxpayers' dollars. And no one is looking at this in any shape or form. Why should they? You know what I'm saying? Because in many black people's minds, probably, they don't see Africa as anything to do with them. I was born here. I was born here. I was born as I am. I was born in Brazil. I don't live in Africa and sipping on a 40-ounce old English 300, looking like a jackass. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I see connections to my people. What I need to see is the liberation and the fullness of Africa and its true potential of the African people, not the Europeans. You dig? Because the Europeans got their own spot. You know what I'm saying? Which is really ours that they probably took from us anyway. But that spot is theirs. Africa is ours as a whole. We share within, and where we see that. But look who have infiltrated and now take over. Even the Arab do not belong there. Same go for the Chinese. They do not belong there. And every other European race and every other group using Africa as a breadbasket. What is wrong with the Africans doing it for themselves? What is wrong with us controlling our land? You know what I'm saying? You know what they think? Oh, that's too much for us, so we're going to take it from theirs. And we have a lot of black leaders who follow right behind that crooked ass screwball for years and years and years in Africa. Rather than standing up in a collaboration of one, because the mission is the same. There is no difference in the mission, whether it's in South America, Africa, United States, Europe. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Same go for other countries. Tibet, Indonesia. The same thing they're doing to all the African people, because people have allowed it to be based on the understanding that they were lied to about religion, using a religious understanding in order to rewrite it and put it in a witch's pot and mix it and then come out with a new version of a book and whitewash it and then give it to you and then put the chains of that in your mind that you cannot see past that. So in your mind, what you read within that will tell you that it's all right to murder 50,000 Africans in one shot. Or, you know what I'm saying, you say you're coming in on this vibe, but you're really coming in on a murderous takeover killer vibe. What was Napoleon doing in Africa? What was Constantine doing in Africa? Huh? What was many of these Arab people who came out of the south doing in Africa? You see? And we're doing it for years. That even goes back to even probably the gladiator years, when they had the gladiators and different stuff like that. The Arab was in there doing the same garbage. And use a scriptural book and the separation of our people based on our own people, allowing them to come in and do the bullshit they do, and even we're probably selling their own people to them because they king and queen, and they're telling you what to do. and send many of their people to their death in a foreign land of their own, but for some it would be not, because they were not raised or born there. Taken and stolen from Africa upon some kind of religious, you know what I'm saying, some kind of bullshitical mentality, bullshit talking about some transatlantic slave trade, and you know full well who funded that. Okay? But you in Africa talking about some Israel. Our people need to wake up. And that even goes for here politically. What are you doing? Huh? Now we got them out there, you know, badgering the police every time shit go down, crowding out the place, and when the cops show up to break it up, you accusing them of this and accusing them of that. You know what I'm saying? Filming it, doing the Black Lives Matter jackass move, you know what I'm saying? And trying to rump it up again to 2024 to what we saw in 2020. You garbage, niggas. And you need to wake up past that bullshit. And I'm not talking about all black people. I'm talking about the ones who sucking balls and running behind the beast and doing the beast work for money, for bullshit, for trinkets, something you're gonna regret. Believe that? It's just a matter of time. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Because just like I live today, you live tomorrow. That ain't gonna change the narrative. Because we know who's facilitating many of this activity that we see the young black men in many of these neighborhoods. Dressing all in black and all types of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? And driving the minds of the youth into prison. So we know who funded that and who put that in our neighborhood. Same thing with J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI did when they flooded the neighborhood with crack cocaine or cocaine and pushed out the Black Panther Party. Long live the great Black Panther Party. Long live Huey. You know what I'm saying? And many other brothers raised the fist. You know what I'm saying? Black power. You know what I'm saying? And to many other brothers and sisters. Now we need more than that now. Right here in the great old USA. We need the white people also. You know what I'm saying? To wake up. You spending far too much time. And this is the funny part. You spend too much time running behind a black man. Yeah. So that doesn't make you look very superior to me. Because it seems like your whole life of what you're teaching your children and everybody else in your group, talking about some superiority, you know what I'm saying, was running behind a black man. Talking about you hanging them. The black man didn't come to your house when you were down south doing the Ku Klux Klan, 1865, Forrest Nation, Bradford, Demon, Democratical shit. They weren't really coming to your house and, you know what I'm saying, doing shit to you. You know what I'm saying? You were coming to their house, so you spent your life running behind them. That didn't make you look very good. I don't care what you took over, what you gained by it. The many lives that you took only shows that you spent your whole life, entire life, running behind a black man. How was you in front? Black people didn't come to you messing with you once we were all clear from even the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? And all was over. You still was running behind the black man. And many other groups, probably of white people, that weren't in that with you. You probably call them a nigger lover. But you still spent your whole life running behind a black man, because every time you mention some racist shit, it has a black in it. We're not talking about every single one, but in their minds, many of them may not have the concept, or may not have the action, but they have it in their head. That's slavery. What do you call it? It doesn't matter whether you feel like you're on top and they're below. You don't whether you're top or they're below. It doesn't matter. You still in a slavish mentality, white people. You got to break free of that bullshit. Let's get it straight. Right here, right now. And that goes for sellout ass, bullshit ass, spying ass, bunch of y'all suckers. Whether you white, black, green, or purple, I don't give a damn what the hell you hear me say. I ain't living for you. I'm living for me. You dig? Can you dig it? I'm living for me. Oh yeah, I live in this society. I obey the law. I have to do what I have to do. If I get stopped or arrested, I get arrested. Whatever. Because it's a society that I live in. I don't commit no crime. You know what I'm saying? The little traffic ticket stuff I got and bullshit. That's nothing. I'm going to respect the court on its rulings and do what abiding that I should do to clear that. But I'm not going to sit behind nobody's walls as no slave. So, in that matter, it goes the same thing for you. My Caucasian nephew. You know what I'm saying? You have to wake up now. Because whether you believe it or not, you are in deep, deep trouble. So, if anything was to pop off in a certain way, you know what I'm saying? Who you gonna be running with? The people who've been saying all their life, get the nigga! Spending their whole life doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like black people did something to them. You know what I mean? That's what you gonna be running with? A chaotic group waving probably a Confederate flag and all type of flag, all the white supremacy, you gonna find yourself in that again, another bad spot, because there is going to be nobody there to protect you, and no law, no president, no nothing, just a chaotic motherfucking group of motherfuckers you've been running with, thinking that they're doing this and doing that. Look what we can do to a nigga, yeah, we spirit. Keep on down that road. That goes for everybody. And I'm not just talking about people on the street. I'm talking about even those who protect and serve. You must now wake up also. I understand that you're in the police department and, you know what I'm saying? You have to have your little brotherhood. You do. Because you have a job to do. And you've got to protect each other. You know what I'm saying? You didn't. I'm sure you didn't get the job just to go out and murder black people. It's back to black again. You know, you're spending your whole life doing that. Same we see in Africa. When South Africa had apartheid, they moved into South Africa to raid, rob, and steal and take over. But at the same time, sitting there oppressing the black people, talking about some apartheid. And spend years there running behind black people while they raid and rob and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't no more than robbers and thieves. And that goes for a lot of black people as well. You know what I'm saying? And in the European version, you had many people that were European that were snitching on their own European brethren. They would go and call the Gestapo and tell them and rat on this individual. Even come around looking like a just like him, Caucasian, you know, guy sitting on the bench, you know, relaxing, having a sandwich, you know the troubles are going on in this hole. And this guy walks up dressed all in black, you know, start having a conversation. They think it's a white and white, you know, countryman conversation. And all the time, he's just like him, same culture, you would call in itself, but he's a sellout. just like we have niggas today, and he go and call the Gestapo, or he's investigating and know that they're watching him, so he runs and he figure that this guy is, and he all the time is working for the Gestapo. But he's supposed to be the same culture. Same, say you had Poland's that was in Poland. Many of them were regular people. They may have had their races, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they're white. And they're been taught this stuff. So, but at the same time, they were regular people. You know what I'm saying? And then another guy who may have been, you know, the same culture, Poland or whatever, he now working for the Gestapo, going around pointing out certain races who may call themselves, you know what I'm saying, a crew. A part of the crew. So the Gestapo, what? He goes and he snitches. And next thing you know, they're knocking on your door, dragging you out and putting you in a concentration camp. And that's his job, to just hang out in the neighborhood and do that all day. His own people. This is what we see with black people today. The same shit. It seems like Oceania has really won the battle. It seems like many of them seems to have this ideology. Now, if it ain't going in that way, it's going in the other direction. So this is why the young black men has got to break loose from that kind of mentality and separate yourself from those people. Because they're either going to get you killed, in prison, and some other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And this group over here, they're more interested in keeping the beast in power. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's look at an example of that.